This is the most terrifying film expert identified by the official investigation, and a group of volunteers were invited to watch the film. The normal heart rate is 65 beats per minute, and while the volunteers were watching the film, the heart rate has increased to 103 beats per minute. Throughout the entire film history, it's also unprecedented, the realm of no one coming later. This move secured him as the leader of horror films. Ziyech is a young and famous writer. His debut work uncovered the truth of a mysterious murder case, became the best-selling book of the year in one fell swoop. But from then on, men's works are mediocre and unremarkable, so he moved in with his entire family to the house where the murder had occurred. I want to use this case as a background. Write another representative work. On the first day of moving into a new home, Ziyech found a mysterious black box in the attic. There are several videotapes in the box, and there's also a projector. Ziyech, taking advantage of the fact that both the child and his wife are asleep, coming to the office alone, abandoned the videotape found today. The first videotape records the happy life of the former homeowner. It looks like a regular home video. Can rotate the screen in one go. The camera caught the tree in the backyard. The saw on the tree slowly cut open a sturdy branch. The 4 people on the tree were immediately hung up. I'll be dead soon. Ziyech is panting heavily. He's a bit nervous. Hurry up and pour a cup of Domi's ice cola to calm down. The projector played the second videotape. This time the protagonist has a different family. It was also enjoyable to fish in the wilderness from the beginning. It didn't take long. This group of people was tied up in the truck. The person who filmed the video ignited the truck with a fire. Send this group of people to the west. This is a safe death video that should be submitted to the police. But his police call just got through. I saw his famous work. I thought I could borrow the content of these videos to make it even more popular. Ziyech hung up the phone decisively. On the second day, waiting for my wife to send the children to school, he immediately played the third volume of video recording. This time it's a new family. They were tied to the lounge chairs, drowning one by pulling down the swimming pool. Actually, this time after the murder, a strange figure appeared in the swimming pool. Little White Horse kept watching the fourth videotape without stopping. This time, the family was first tied to the bed, and then he got his throat cut with a knife from the killer. This time, Ziyech found a strange symbol in the video. He searched the internet, discovered that these victims' homes have all lost a child. The police have released photos of the child, but I haven't found it yet. Just as Ziyech was fascinated by it, there's a power outage at home. Immediately, there was noise coming from the attic. Ziyech thought it was his son sleepwalking, after arriving at the attic. But I didn't see anyone in the box. Ziyech just breathed a sigh of relief, just saw the lid on the ground move. A lid? How could it move? Ziyech dare not approach. Can only find a long stick to lift the lid. Just saw a snake with thick arms darting out of the lid, dripped into the darkness in an instant, disappear and disappear. At this moment, Ziyech saw that some simple strokes have been drawn at the bottom of the lid. Every painting is a video recording. Draw the killer's murder technique. And the painting also shows that the killer is a person named Bogu. Men sitting in front of computers. There's a terrifying grimace in the computer. While he's not paying attention, the grimace suddenly turned around. The man noticed something unusual. The grimace immediately returned to its original state. When a man looks at the computer, nothing happened. The man looked puzzled. Here Ziyech took pictures of all the paintings. Just take it back, and take a closer look. Suddenly step on a big hole with 1 foot, falling from the attic. This hole didn't originally exist. Plus, I heard strange noises during the power outage. Ziyech suspects that someone has broken into his home, so the police were called in. But the police think it's just the noise caused by nearby squirrels. By coincidence, this police officer is a fan of Ziyech. He hopes to receive a thank you in Ziyech's new book. To this end, he is willing to help Ziyech provide case information that is only available to the police station. Coincidentally, Ziyech needs several more. The information about the murder case has also reached cooperation with the police. Ziyech repeatedly checked the information he had already collected, discovered that when the former homeowner was hanged, that terrifying figure appeared in the grass behind a tree. Only this figure can be found in the other few videotapes. Ziyech put several screenshots together, but I guess this figure is Bogu. A few days later, the police proactively contacted Ziyech. He found the specific addresses of these cases. It doesn't seem to have much connection. Just as Ziyech was pondering carefully, the grimace on the computer screen secretly turned around and glanced at him. It quickly returned to its original state. Little by didn't notice anything unusual. That night, Ziyech was awakened by the sound of a projector. Get up and check. Discovered that the projector in the office was automatically playing the videotape. Hurry up and walk over there. Turn off the screening. But at a glance, I saw the photos on the information board. Thinking of the former homeowner dying in the backyard, Ziyech came to the window with a photo. He doesn't know if it's his dizziness, and walked into the yard with a flashlight and baseball bat. Check the tranquility in the grass. There seems to be no one. Turns out it's my son sleepwalking again. Ziyech carried him back into the room, and then turned around to pick up a flashlight and propose. But I saw a big black dog standing not far away. Seems ready to pounce at any moment. But I don't know if I was scared by Ziyech. Big black dog turns around and leaves. But Ziyech didn't turn his head to look behind him. The next day the police visited Ziyech's house. See the brochure made by Xiaobai. That's when I realized that Xiaobai did a lot of research. Every household in those death videos, the deceased will prepare their medication in advance, and in the end, there will be a missing child. It looks like the same killer committed the crime. The time span of the murder case is very long. The location is also different. Plus, there were strange symbols left at the scene. Xiaobai would rather judge this as some kind of ritual, so the police recommended a university professor to Xiaobai. He is very knowledgeable about this strange religious symbol. Soon the professor contacted Xiaobai. He saw that this symbol originated from a cult in Babylon, Cuba. The believers believe in a god who eats children. This god is called Bogu. Bogu will lure children out of the real world, taking the opportunity to suck on a child's soul. Hear this. Xiaobai's face was a bit solemn. He dare not investigate further. Just put the videotape and projector back in the box. He locked the office door. That night, he was awakened again by the sound of the projector. The man pushed open his daughter's door. Close the door with peace of mind when you see your sleeping daughter. Little did one know, the daughter lying in bed was about to cry in fear because of the scene that appeared in front of him. The result will become a nightmare of his life. First, Xiaobai rushed into the office here, seeing the projector automatically playing the death video. Quickly turn off the machine. Raise the baseball bat at hand, carefully searching for the darkness in the room. Xiaobai always feels like someone is by his side. But when I look back, I didn't see anyone. Xiaobai opened her daughter's room. Seeing my daughter sleeping soundly, he quietly closed the door, but I don't know that my daughter's eyes widened at this moment. He only has a cute little one in front of him. Xiaobai spent the night in a state of fear. The next night, Xiaobai heard the sound of the projector again. This time, the sound didn't come from the office. Xiaobai followed the sound to the entrance of the attic. Climb up the ladder. Just popped out ahead. Just saw a few cute kids watching the video. Hear the noise. They turned their heads. Xiaobai was really scared. He packed the videotape and projector. A fire burned clean. After Mom heard it, Xiaobai received an email from the professor. The professor told him, the believers of Gorgor believe that he exists in the image. The image is the entrance to their world. Xiaobai ignored it, but to clean up all the information. But while he was packing his things, unexpectedly, I saw that mysterious black box again in the attic. The contents inside are undamaged. Even an extended version of the video was added. Xiaobai couldn't help but watch the extended version of the video. Discovering every murder, the missing child will appear at the end. Make a gesture of abstinence towards the camera. They are the real culprits. Not yet shocked. The police are calling again. This time Xiaobai took over. The police anxiously told Xiaobai, finally, we found a connection between the murders. Those families who were killed have all lived in the homes of the previous victim, and after they moved again, he was quickly killed. Think of him. Little Bai suddenly felt uncomfortable. He wants to do something. But I found out I was a bit dizzy. The coffee sent by my daughter just now turned eerie green. There is still a piece of paper pressed under the cup. It says sleeping dad on it. Just then, small white mouth foaming, falling to the ground and unable to rise. Wait for him to wake up again. I saw my wife and children lying not far away, and he's already under control. My daughter is holding a big axe in one hand, holding a video recorder in one hand, recording the murder process. When everything is over, my daughter drew a simple stroke on the back of the lid, recorded the deaths and figures of family members. The previously disappeared child appears on the projector, and Bogo appeared behind him, holding him together. We walked into the world in the image. The film ends here. Terrifying videos and screening opportunities continue to be preserved. I don't know who will see it again, which other happy family will encounter unexpected disasters. Sure enough, the mansion is not so easy to live in.